Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit shaping regional cooperation and strategy. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization's final communique has condemned actions causing civilian casualties in Gaza and called for an immediate ceasefire. It stressed the urgent need to ensure humanitarian aid reaches Gaza's population. The summit also denounced Israeli and U.S. attacks on Iranian nuclear facilities, labeling such strikes as blatant violations of international law. Participants reaffirmed their commitment to the non-nuclear proliferation treaty and opposed the Europeans' Turkey's initiative to reimpose sanctions on Iran. They rejected any damage to nuclear infrastructure during military conflicts. Additionally, Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states signed an agreement to establish a global center dedicated to countering security threats facing member countries, enhancing regional cooperation and stability. Egyptian Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has strongly condemned Israel's expanded military operations in Gaza and its attempts to render the region forcibly displacing Palestinians. He denounced Israeli settler violence and settlement activities in the West Bank aimed at undermining the two-state solution. Speaking at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Plus Summit in Tangier, Madbouli highlighted the devastating toll on the Palestinian civilians and called for an immediate ceasefire, urging Israel to accept a temporary truce to negotiate peace and Gaza's reconstruction under the Arab Islamic plan. He reaffirmed Egypt's support for a Palestinian state within the 1967 borders and backed Chinese initiatives for global reforms and financial system overhaul to aid developing nations. Russian President Vladimir Putin has stated that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit that Western efforts to integrate Kyiv into NATO are a primary cause of the Ukrainian conflict. He attributed the crisis largely to the 2014 Kyiv coup, which he claims was instigated by the US and warned the NATO's expansion poses a direct threat to Russia's security. Putin emphasized that a lasting resolution requires addressing these root causes and restoring a fair security balance in Europe. He praised China and India's proposals to ease the crisis and expressed hope that recent US-Russia talks in Alaska will contribute to peace efforts.
В условиях, когда некоторые страны по-прежнему не отказываются от стремления к диктату в международных делах. Россия поддерживает инициативу.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has described the Shanghai Cooperation Organization as a guide light for multilateralism and an inclusive world order during the SCO Summit in Tangier. He emphasized that India views stronger connectivity as a means to foster not only business but also trust and development. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, initially formed by 6 Euro-Asian countries, has grown to include 10 permanent members and 16 dialogue and observer states. Modi is scheduled to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin during the summit shortly after the US imposed 50% tariffs on Indian goods due to India's ongoing purchases of Russian oil. During talks in Tangier on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Indian President Narendra Modi have lauded the strong and dynamic ties between their nations. Putin referred to Modi as his dear friend, highlighting the positive trajectory of bilateral relations. Modi expressed hope for a swift resolution to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, emphasizing the desire for peace. Their meeting underscored the importance of ongoing cooperation within the SCO framework and signaled mutual commitment to strengthening strategic partnerships amid global challenges. That brings us to the end of